And we are live. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining me. Okay. So, yes, today what I want to talk about, it's still kind of related to the conflict that's going on right now in Ukraine. So, I want to come at it from a different angle, right? Because a lot of I don't know, I don't know if you guys saw, but I made a show I don't know, probably probably like 2, 3 shows ago, talking about where are the feminists essentially, right? In the conflict that's going on right now in Ukraine. So I don't know if you guys have seen in the conflict that's going on right now in Ukraine, right? The Ukrainian government passed a law actually saying that as a man from age 18 18 till to 60 can't leave the country, right? Because they need manpower, right? So yeah, so it's gonna be today's show is gonna be a brief show about why does men sacrifice what they sacrifice for? Why do we sacrifice our lives? By going to fight into wars. Let's see if I can get this all right. Test. Okay, perfect. Yeah. So why is it that we do what we do, right? So a lot of it that a lot of women, what is it that they call us, right? They call men toxic masculinity, right? For men being men. Well, if you're talking about toxic masculinity or the patriarchy, you can't take the bad. I mean, the you got to take the good with the bad, right? It's not okay. So men are more likely to 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 have an act of heroism, right? So if they see a train coming, men are more likely to go ahead and sacrifice themselves and try to save that person, right? Versus a woman is just gonna watch and scream. And don't get me wrong, I'm not blaming her because that's what women are supposed to do. But at the same time, of course, men are more likely to be violent, right? It's a trade off. It's not good or bad. It just is, right? But you call that toxic masculinity, right? I want to sh- show you guys this thing that came up, right? That I saw, right? So I don't know if you guys have seen a lot of the Ukrainian boxers, right? A lot of boxers are Ukrainian, especially good ones. So these two are. This is Vladimir Klitschko. This is Vitaly Klitschko. He's the current mayor of Ukraine right now, right? So he's staying in fight, right? This is the current heavyweight champion of the world. Well, him and Tyson Fury. He has 3 of the 5 belts, I want to say, maybe 4. Um, so he put his boxing career on hold so he could defend his homeland, right? And the woman, meanwhile, they get to escape, right? They get to go to Poland or Romania, border state, uh, so that they can, so that they don't, they could take cover essentially. And there's nothing wrong with that, right? But man, if we're making these sacrifices and we're asking, can you smile, right? Can you be submissive? Can you be feminine? And you guys are like, oh, toxic masculinity, right? This is too much, right? So why are we doing those sacrifices for? If that's what we get, right? Let me see if I could. Um, let's see. Glitch. Klitschko's. Klitschko brothers. The military. All right. Look, those guys. Okay, fine. He's the mayor. Those guys have millions of dollars. Right? They don't need. They don't need that. They don't need this. Right? They're fighting for their homeland. Right? Could you imagine if they defeated the Russians, and then when their women come back, and then they ask, they're like, okay, can you go ahead and make me some dinner, some food, something to eat? And then the woman is like, go make it yourself, right? I'm not your slave. Man, I wish that was me. Right? Could you imagine that? They go ahead and say, oh no, you go ahead and make it yourself. Right? Both of them. And let's see. And then also you'll have you do come on. Use and that's what it is. And you know the issue is a lot of the um yeah, see? Last hug. Watch Ukrainian men bid a daughter tearful goodbye before fighting the Russians, right? And and that's the thing, right? Men forced to stay in Ukraine to defend the country amid Russian invasion, right? And that's the thing. Most men will gladly do that, right? We will gladly make that sacrifice so that we could to protect our family, to protect our woman, right? I know I would, right? I don't have that problem, right? I don't have that problem. You know, those problems with my wife, but I've seen it, and I've dated when I used to date a lot. When I used to date, I've had that. I've had those problems. I've had those issues. You can't ask a girl to do nothing, otherwise you're toxic. You're abusive. I'm your slave, right? And that's that's what's missing, right? In today's day and age. Like I said before in the previous video that I did, I said I hope that's one of the silver lining that comes out of this crisis for us, right? For us in America, especially the woman, right? When they passed the law saying that, you see, when they're saying that men are forced to stay in Ukraine to defend the country, could you imagine if it was something that, oh, women are forced to, I'm not even going to say something that extreme, right? Women cannot go to, let's say, a golf course. Oh my God, you would see every feminist in the world, right, saying, "Oh my God, how could you do this? How could you do that?" Right? How dare you? Man, I wish I had that sound. Um, what's her name again? Greta Thunberg, whatever that crazy chick from Sweden, the environmentalist. She has that sound. How dare you? Right? It's like, how dare you? But that's the thing. If we're making these sacrifices, right? We're sacrificing our lives, right? There is nothing more than that. You're willing to die for someone else, and we're asking the be feminine, be fit, be respectful, and that's too much. So then, if we're not getting that, what's the point of making the sacrifices? If we can get, and that's the bare minimum. Women in America are not willing to do that, right? So I hope that's the silver lining that comes out of this, right? And then this is the compared to Mila Kunis, right? She's also Ukrainian, right? She's also Ukrainian, and she didn't go out. She didn't volunteer to go and fight, right? But she didn't go sacrifice herself to fight. Yeah, she did. She is saying that she's gonna raise money for charity, and that's how it should be, right? There's nothing wrong with that, right? But I want to show that it's not equal, right? And then remember, I don't know if you guys remember a couple years ago, yeah, maybe 2 years ago, about the Gillette ad that was created, right? Talking about toxic masculinity, basically demonizing men. Look, let's just watch a little bit. Right, saying that men's are bullies, cyberbullying. But that's life, though. That's life, right? I didn't get, I did get bullied at school a little bit, but I stepped up. And anyone that knows me, to the school that I went to, they will tell you I stood up and fight for myself. And that's part of growing up. You think being an adult is fun, right? You think there's no bullying in being an adult? Look at the situation right now. Ukraine Russia's bullying Ukraine. Why? Because it's stronger. It's about power. If there were more or less, even if Russia was slightly stronger, if they were more or less equal in strength, Russia wouldn't do what it did, right? But the men, but what Putin then count on was the resilience of the Ukrainian men. And of course there's some women fighting out. Don't get me wrong, but I'm saying predominantly, and as it should be, it's the woman doing the fighting. I mean, it's the men doing the fighting. Oh my God, excuse me. Right? Listen, if a society is willing to sacrifice its woman, right? What else do we have to fight for? Right? Then we become all individuals. There's no sense of community. There's no sense of country. Right? What is a country? A country is a greater community. It's a family. So I think a lot of this stuff that we've been complaining about in terms of regarding men, I think a lot of it is, I hope that's one of the things that comes out of this crisis, is saying that it is showing that we need men. Men ought to be celebrated for the sacrifices that we made, right? Men are more likely to die in war. Until fairly recently, 99% of the death, and it's still in the high 90s of military deaths, have been men. Men are more likely to delete themselves, right? But a lot of the feminists, what they want to focus on is the tippity top, right? That's why I said in the previous video that I made, it's about power. It's not really about equal. If there was equal, they should be equally outraged, saying that how come you're not making the Ukrainian military 50-50, right? That's what they should be doing, but they're not, because they know it's BS, right? Look, this is Tyson Fury, and then he was talking. And he sums it up greatly. And that, as a man, that's what you should be fighting for. You should be fighting for your country. I mean, love your woman, right? Fight for your family, and fight for your country. And shouldn't there be perks that comes with that? So everything. So what are we? We're just basically your slaves, right? During good times, you want to be equal. Oh yeah, we're equal. Yeah, we're equal. As soon as there's war going on, yeah, I'm a woman. I'm a woman. I can't fight. You guys are stronger, right? And that's what's going on. And I did make a video. You could check back on in my history that it shows like the U.S. We really, I mean, thank God, but in a way, it makes us lazy. That's why all these women want to join the military, because there's no real combat. They just want to get the benefits out of it, right? There's no sense of danger, right? The T people, you know what I'm talking about, the alphabet people, the T's, right? They want to come into the military so that they could get their operations, and they know that their life is not really at risk. Exactly. Thank you. And you know, that's the thing. That's how it should be. That's what it is. That's what's throughout the history of time. That's how it always has been. I'll be honest with you, most men, a lot. I mean, I don't want to say most men, but there's a lot of men that's fighting. It's like if it was just them, they'd be like, I'm 40, I'm 30, I'm whatever age. It's like I've lived enough. Put me out, quietly. But you want to take my woman? You want to take my country? Now you got a problem with me, right? I'll sacrifice myself for that. But if it's just us, if it's just me, yeah, it's fine. It's whatever. I'm telling you, a lot of men have that. I know a lot. I've been in that space in my head where it's like, what's if it's just you, you're like, it's okay, it's not a problem. You could take me out. I'm not even gonna put up a fight. But if you said you're gonna attack my family, you're gonna attack my country, right? Then we got a problem. So I hope this video basically I hope this video is it's a appreciation to show to give a little bit of respect of men that's in your life, right? If you're a woman and you have men in your life that you haven't shown respect, I think you should say thank you, right? Make them a plate of food. I know in the black community that's a big thing, and it's outrageous that it's like that. Oh, let me see. Wait, don't tell me I was in. Oh, shoot. Okay. Was I? All right. I don't know if I was sharing the screen or not. I hope I was. All right. I hope I was. But yeah, we're gonna stop it here. There's no one here on this stream, so I could bring up and ask questions if they disagreed and share their point of view. So I am gonna try to make an I want to be consistent on this. This is my first video. I think this is like my fifth fifth or sixth video. So I want to be more consistent on that. And I know, it's kind of hard, which comes first, the chicken or the egg. It's like I don't have an audience where I could go back and forth with. But in order for me to get an audience, I am gonna have to go live and keep doing those shows, basically talk to myself. But yeah, let's let's have this conversation, and I am gonna try to go live more frequently. And like I said, the show is gonna be about marriage, and we're gonna get back into that. It's just that the Ukrainian stuff. I'm a huge history buff, so this Ukrainian stuff kind of took over. But I hope to see you guys on the next one, and thank you.